What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Board map number 6. And all I can say is this one is a anticlimactic trip. So for today's matchups, you got unique mixed creations on this one. So for the first matchup, it's Vanquish Soul Centurion Tenpai Dragon, without the Tenpai Dragon synchros, by the way. Branded Lunalights, Snake Eye White Force Centurion, Dynamorphia, Dragon Link, Red Dragon Archfiend. With that being said, let us jump into the show. Free card alert. Sound a retreat. Normal trap. Kick back all monsters you control to the hand. And with this hand, this is basically Naturia lines as normal. Real normal Cricket. Tribute for Camellia. Toss out Sunflower to be specific because Naturia Blessing is open-handed. Synchro into Ursula. Send the Apes, getting Witch. Reset button to Apes, Witch getting OG LZ, send Witch, summon herself, get LZ as Amina, free special, synchro into Diabelle, Diabelle bring back Blessing, LZ as Amina bring back Susurus, ooh, Holly Sue. Revealing Heavy Borger. That is a free monster. Thank you very much. Send Sound of Retreat for Silvera. Boogie Eclipse. And Borger is going to save Holly Sue instead of basically sacrificing to get put. Also, Blessing. Bring back Camellia. Camellia. Bring back Sunflower because Borger was summoned, and pass. Start Blizzard. Flip up Borger. Start, you're under Blizzard. Ace. Kick back the 2 being OG LZ. And Borger. Set 2 and pass. Feather Duster, Snow Devil, reveal 2. So most cases, it's special one. Vanquish Soul from hand and Vanquish Soul monsters cannot be killed by card effects this turn, in terms of you control. And Diabelle, send Duster, Spell Card Monster Reborn on my Ursula, Susurus, save Ursula by targeting Silvera. Goes for a Zapper Shrimp this time. Take 1200 damage total. Actually, no, 1000 total. 400 and 600. Ursula getting Sylvie. Woes reset. Everyone to attack. Ursula over Holly Sue. 3,100 life left. Stake your soul. A Dark Vanquish Soul. That's not Heavy Borger. Dr. Mad Love. There it is. Mad Love. Reveal. Sunflower. Negate Destroy. Borger. Sunflower once again. Negate Destroy. And the mills of 2 Vernisil monsters. And pass back. Also, I'm gonna have to see this list because this is some unique creations type of a list. 3 Ash Blossom, all 3 alt arts, by the way. For the Tenpai Dragons, Hydra, Fadra, glossed out, Royal Chundra, Sangan Summoning, Sangan Kaiman. For the Vanquish Souls, the Limited Raisin, Dr. Madlove, Jiao Long, 3 Holly Sue, Heavy Borger, Caesar Valius, Stake Your Soul, limited for the event, and Snow Devil. Centurions, glossed out Primera, Trudea, Atri, Chimeria, Emeth the Sixth, Gargoyle the Second, 2 Stand-Up, Emblema Oath, 2 Centurion Bonds, True Awakening. And as for the rest, aside from mentioning the 3 Ash earlier for the sake of Vanquish Soul Fires, 2 glossed out Molcharmy Fuelos, Nibiru, Royal Raigeki, Feather Duster, glossed out Talents, and I forgot to mention Vanquish Soul Start because, you know, Vanquish Soul, good stuff. Spell card Monster Reborn. Target 1 monster in either graveyard. Special it to your field, but for the rest of this turn, it cannot attack and no one can activate its effects. Hard once on spell card Monster Reborn. Torrential Tribute. Back to the front. 3 Imperms. Extra that consists of Ancient Fairy Dragon, Ancient Fairy Life Dragon, Psy Framelord Omega, Centurion Primera Primus, 2 Legacia, 2 Auxila, one of which is glossed out, Virtual World QB Shenshen, Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon, Baron Chenying, Bestial Dispiter. If you're wondering about the non-tuner dragons, that would be your Tenpais. Psychic and Punisher, Super Heavy Samurai, Brave, Masurawo. Quite the concoction. A few things in mind. Stipulation activated where time limit is going to get cut in half. So half of the time is going to be like, you know, combos to be made. Second of all, free card alert. E-Hero Marine Neos. Level 8 Water Warrior Fusion. 2800 attack, 2300 defense. And it takes 1 Neos along with Neospatian Marine Dolphin. So most cases on Marine Dolphin to be specific. Okay, so that would be the level 4 fusion. In terms of can only be special with next. So most cases it's Marine Dolphin Diffusion and E-Hero Neos for the sake of Marine Neos. Contact Fuse Basic. Once per turn, you can Destroy one random card in your opponent's hand. Let's see what's the case. Fuelos. Oh no, Lunalights. And I think this is beyond bad because if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, free special Lunalight from the deck that isn't Silverhound, which is unfortunate. So in most cases, go Leo, glossed out, but thank goodness Purge is here. And because I triggered Purge from the hand specifically, no more destruction effect of Marine Neos throughout the whole entire game. Blessing, Special Cricket, Real Normal Sylvie getting Witch. There's the Droll. And pass. Another Goleo getting Silver. Silver. Cricket. For Camellia. Toss out something as Chain 2 being Sunflower and Reborn Sunflower. Chick sends for cost, so no point of using Sunflower yet. Go Leo, however. Sunflower, milling off Apes and Chalice. Negate Destroy. Apes Reset Button. Tanky, getting Black Sheep. Black Sheep. Sunflower, Negate. And it's simplified game state. And Lunalights scooped. Oh, and in situations like these, for whatever the reason, in one of those matches where we let in on a mighty space where a specific card ends up being used as a rental, meaning it's basically a way of saying loaning or borrow cards in terms of landing a rental space, meaning for a good amount of periods of time, unless you know, moving forward with the dice. Magical Scientist was the card that we landed on. And in situations like these is where I had to pretty much build a deck that revolves around either A, pay so much life points, or B, because, you know, Magical Scientist turbo for you. So in most cases, as an old card, Magical Scientist is a level 1 Dark Spellcaster for whatever the reason that he's a Dark Spellcaster, 300 both ways. I'm just going to say this in the near future, and I'm going to timestamp this. In the near future, if they ever bring back Magical Scientist in the further future into the game again in terms of legal reasons, at least errata the card where it says make sure it's a hard once per turn thing or one time only, then we'll talk. Otherwise, let's see what's the reason why in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Magical Scientist was completely banned because he himself made a dedicated FTK along the way. So let's see what's the reason why. Pay 1,000 life, special 1 level 6 or lower, fusion monster, from your extra deck in face-up attack position or face-up defense. That fusion cannot direct attack and gets kicked back to the extra deck at the end of the turn. And then a team trap disposal unit, level 2 fire machine, 300 attack, 400 defense. During anyone's turn, when your opponent activates a trap, you contribute this face-up card to negate the activation and kill it. Well, technically not a you can though, but it should still tribute to negate the trap card and kill. And the targets out of Magical Scientist that I brought along would be All Vein, the Essence of Vanity, level 2 Dark Fairy Fusion, no attack, 2100 defense. And my other candidate target is Sea Monster of Theseus, level 5 Water Zombie Fusion, 2200 attack, 1800 defense. Best monster in 2017, by the way. Also, the challenge is, according to scientists, pay 1,000 life. So I figured, why not we bring back Punk Psychics to spice up with Vernus Sylphs. And more importantly, with his hand, this is beyond amazing. So it's basically make a choice for my opponent. Scientist, Sea Monster, or Scientist for All Vein, Awakening Forest, Ashing the Forest, Real Normal Wagon, getting Extreme Sessions by paying 600, Free Special, the Tracker, Serene Psychic Sorceress, pay 1,000, straight up set E-Telly, draw one from Extreme, instant Psychic and Punisher like it's meant to do, kit this back, switch to defense, and I already knew he had Nib from the get-go, so that's even more life point payment for removal and Extreme Sessions for the draw one, and pass. So unless if the opponent has no answers to deal with a Psychic and Punisher, simplified game state. Fire the Droll. Chalice the Auxila. E-Telly, Ash, and Perm. In the specific column where Trudea is before reaching main phase, because you don't want Trudea to come back to the field. Simplified game state. 8,100 attack. Bring back Auxila. And again, no real answer to take down Punisher. Simplified game state. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Magical Scientist had to be banned for that reason. Also, big shout outs to Magical Scientist for helping me pay out so much life for a little bit for the sake of Psychic and Punisher Turbo. free card alert from both sides. Gatling Dragon, level 8, Dark Machine Fusion that takes Barrel Dragon and Blowback Dragon, 2600 attack, 1200 defense. Soft once per turn because, Duelist Kingdom card. You can toss a coin 3 times and does not target kill as many monsters everywhere on the field as possible, but not more than the number of heads. Shoutouts to Bandit Keith on this specialty piece. And then Heavy Knight of the Flame, level 4, Fire Zombie Gemini, 1800 attack, 200 defense. Hey, rekindling target. Nice. So, typical average Gemini things in terms of Gemini summoning. So, once doing so on Gemini summoning, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacked a special summon monster, you can banish that monster non-targeting. Blessing, Double Blessing, Sunflower, Mole Cricket, Tribute for Camellia and Horn Needle, Toss out Tree to get Blessing, Ursula, Send Purge, get the Witch for OG LZ, send the Blessings, summon herself, getting LZ as Amina, free summon herself, Diabelle getting Blessing, LZ as Amina for Susurus, Witch, Secret Effect of Witch, you can target one White Force monster you control, make it a tuner. Most cases, we made OGLZ to become a tuner for the sake of another synchro being HTS Psyhemoth. Blessing for Camellia. Oh, hello. Wannabe. Level 2 light inset, no stats. Hard once on Wannabe. During the end phase, you can send this from your hand or field to the graveyard, excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of your opponent's unused spell/trap zones, and you can set one excavated trap, but send it to the graveyard during the next end phase, and place the rest back on bottom of the deck in order. Alt Art Ash, Glossed Out Dynamorphia Frenzy, Domain, another Glossed Out Frenzy, Soul of the Supreme King. So it's Double Frenzy, Domain, or Soul of the Supreme King. What is the call? Glossed Out Frenzy. Gatling, Diabelle, just to be safe, Ursula just in case. 2 heads. Can't kill Ursula, but Horn Needle you can. Ursula, LZ and Susurus. Susurus reset, LZ to hand. Ursula for apes. Fossil Dig for miscellaneous swords, glossed out by the way. A few set cards, Real Normal Diplos, Camellia bring back Sunflower, toss out Intat, Gatling over Camellia, Diplos over Sunflower, and Frenzy, banished it goes. OGLZ, send apes, Roots, Diplos and Susurus destroyed by paying half, of course. Oh, NLZ summon herself, get Sylvie, Apes reset button, Real Normal Sylvie, getting Woes, Synchro into Silvera, Book, and because you paid half your life, double piercing for game. Now, you guys might be wondering and asking to yourself, How come he didn't use intat to be specific? Good question. During damage calc, while your life points are 2,000 or less, 2,000 or less. Free card alert. Road Nut. Level 1 Earth Beast. 100 both ways. Each time your opponent special summons a monsters, more than one, place one acorn nut counter, as I call it, on this card. You can remove one nut counter from this card to target one monster your opponent controls, kill it. And second of all, with this hand, given the fact that Road Nuts is your level 1 non-tuner, I think we can outright still fix it by making Naturia Beast, and you will see why. Real Normal Sylvie, Molcharmy Fuelos, getting Witch, Witch for LZ, OGLZ sending Sacred Tree, summon herself getting Rusia, Tree for Camellia to be specific, Rusia, free special, send Woes, drew into Blizzard, and I think I know why Tree searching out Camellia to be specific. It's because of Awakening Forest. That makes sense. Discard Camellia, toss out Goki Pole, Reborn, Camellia, Goki Pole, getting Horn Needle, toss out Cricket. I shall assist you one card and a few more set cards. Imperm the Beast, Real Normal Rocket Loader, getting Absa Woes, special LZ Azamina, synchro into Silvera just to book it, getting Susurus, and then Dragon Link Scooped. Free card alert from both sides. Omega Goggles is an equipped spell that says hook it up to a monster that you control. Once per turn, you can look at one random card in your opponent's hand. The equipped monster cannot attack the turn you trigger this. VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon, level 8 Light Machine Fusion, 3,000 attack, 2,800 defense. That takes VW Tiger Catapult along with XYZ Dragon Cannon. So in most cases, let's start backwards and then we will work our way up. V Tiger Jet plus W Wing Catapult leads to VW Tiger Catapult. And then X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, Z Metal Tank leads to XYZ Dragon Cannon. And if you have two of these fusions out, being VW Tiger Catapult along with XYZ Dragon Cannon, you make this. So, not counting the Contact Fusion, once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls, banish that target. When this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, you can target the attack target, change that attack target's battle position. Flip effects are not activated. Well, that's gotta hurt. Which, for OGLZ, Real Normal Camellia, Toss Out Cricket, Omega Goggles, Lost Out Ash, oh boy, make my opponent use it, Impulse instead. So most cases, on Impulse from hand specifically, no light, earth, and or winds throughout the whole entire game. So as a result, you cannot use the spot removal effect or the attack declaration effect throughout the whole entire game. Bone Archfiend, sending Midbreaker to summon Camellia Summon Mole Cricket Tribute. There's the Ash. Simplify game state. And purge the Vision. OGLZ, sending Witch, special, getting Sylvie. Real Normal Sylvie. Sylvie still get the search. Why would you imperm, or why would you activate Ghastly Glitch in the middle of the chain just so that Sylvie would get the search? But at the same time, what my opponent could have done was imperm the Sylvie the moment she was normaled, and then on an open board state, then you go Ghastly Glitch to make sure I cannot go any further with the Synchro Summon. Vision for Crimson Gaia, and it's not worth it to draw because there's no point doing this. Simplified game state. Fire the Droll, of course. Woes for Sylvie. Synchro into Silvera. Boogie Eclipse. OGLZ back to hand. Flip up. Dragon Catapult Cannon and pass. Simplified game state. Double Pierce, Susurrus, Return Diabel, Special Ursula, 3000 Crash, and Silvera for game. So guys, that's gonna do it for board map number 6. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And last but not least, if you are a brand new player for the first 7 days or a returning player after 1 full month of missing gameplay, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather this year's campaign prizes. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I shall catch you all next time.